I spent most of my working life working with a range of different partners, both in feature film, in television, in a range of creative industries and digital sector activities. And I think that the financing models for the way that is financed now, the way that those sectors are financed, is changing much more towards one which is completely dominated by co-production. So I think that there are massive opportunities for people to take both cultural and creative products and services, to take those out to wider audiences and to find greater economic benefit by working in collaboration, both within their own sectors but in other sectors, and increasingly to work with other territories, with other regions. Within the EU, that's particularly beneficial, where you have a range of partners who already work together on different projects. I think you can align your interests so that each party can get basically what it wants to get from each proposition, but also achieve something on behalf of the wider partners. So I think that working with other territories is key to actually building economic capacity and building a more prosperous future. I think digital is the only way forward. That if you think about the word digital, what does it mean? It's basically the stuff of our everyday lives now. Everything we do is digital. We have mobile phones, we spend our lives on devices, we consume creative content digitally. Digital is just a currency, it's a medium through which we live our daily lives. So I think it's the only way to actually achieve meaningful cooperation is to work on digital platforms. I'm very interested in the idea of taking traditional media content, for instance. If you look at the industry I came from, the film and television industry, there's a lot of very rich content out in that industry which can find its way to new audiences and to new consumers of that content if it can work in collaborative ways with other partners, particularly technology companies, so to create a new convergent media landscape where digital technology can marry with the best creative content to find new audiences, to find end users in the jargon, who can consume that content and who are willing to actually to pay for it. So that whole new models of monetization, of building economic capacity, all based around digital platforms. I think there are a range of different ways in which companies can both co-develop, co-construct, co-produce. Most of the financing models now that used to be used within, let's say, the television industry, they're changing more towards a co-production model. So I think that most territories in Europe have ways of working in co-production, either around spend-based incentive tax shelters, shall we say. There are ways of actually taking budgets which are constantly coming down, making them go further by working in collaboration with other areas. So I think if you look across the different range of platforms, across media, across the digital sector, there are different ways of the public and private sector working together to build value, to build clustering around supply chain, so that different parts of the supply chain can achieve maximum impact for their products, but also can achieve maximum value for money. So can make what are ever decreasing amounts of money go further and further.